Hey everybody, JD here once again with some surprise Wednesday. I got off of work early content today. I decided, since I found some of my train stuff, I also found some of my track that I picked up. My old layout, I use Kato Unitrack. It's like snap track, like sectional track. It's really good, great stuff, but it's like I use it for just a temporary layout. And I decided to get some other track to test out, what I wanted to use, because eventually I'm going to build a layout in my hobby room around the room. It's like 12 by 15 in N scale. And I was thinking about using something a little more realistic. This here, you can see it very well, is Atlas Code 55 N scale track, and as you can see, the rail is very, very small. It's also, I've heard, very, very delicate, because it's very fine scale. It looks great. Some equipment, of the older equipment I have, will probably not run on this because the flanges on the wheels are too tall. They're old school. They will bump on the ties and not operate properly. And I know a lot of guys use, this is also Code 55. This is Pico or Pecco. I think it's pronounced Pico. The rail is different because, I don't know if you can see, here, let me put it right in your eye. The rail is taller than actually Code 55. Part of the rail goes into the tie and makes it a lot more sturdy. But the only issue is it has European, British tie spacing. As you can see, the Atlas stuff has got North American tie spacing, which is like really close together, like American track. And I also was going to try and build a HO scale switching layout using some Atlas Code 83 flex track. I have a switch and everything. What I'd like to do sometime over the course of today is I found my NCE power cab, my DCC power cab. I've never used this. I have two of these. I bought one for my layout that I never got around to wiring, and I got one for, I was going to divide between my switching, my HO scale switching layout, and I want to build a 00 gauge shunting layout, switching layout, British 00 gauge. So today on the way home, since I got home early, I got a couple of pieces of wire, and I got a couple of alligator clips that I can temporarily hook this, because these are really easy, from what I understand, are really easy to hook up. Basically, you plug into the wall, you plug the power supply into a little circuit board. You put the circuit board on the table. The handset plugs in with a telephone type cord into the control panel, and you're basically ready to go. So I'm going to try that. I've never used this before. The only time I've ever used DCC was at my friend Gary's layout, but he uses an old cell phone to run the trains with. He's got an app on there and uses Wi-Fi in his house. So we'll see what happens. I'm going to go watch some videos and see if I can remember how to do this. And I'll come back and I'll see what I can probably start with the HO. I have more HO scale DCC stuff than I do N scale, because I started buying new HO scale stuff with DCC and sound already installed. So I don't think I have but like one or two N scale locomotives that are DCC that I bought, and I think maybe one might have sound. I don't think many of them do, but we'll see what goes on. All right, be back in a little bit. Well, it took me a little bit. It's working. I had to rig something up because it's not doing. The clips I got decided they didn't want to work, but we have bell. And whistle. Oh, headlight. I have no experience with using this thing, so momentum is good. Where's the stop? Because too much. Come on, baby. Oh, I keep thinking it has like a scroll wheel, as you can see, and I keep going backwards for reverse when all it does is turn it down. So this is an engine. I knew this one worked because I ran this one on my friend Gary's layout. It should have sound, but I don't know how to turn on the engine sounds. I don't know if it's because it's... Oh. Pretty sure it has engine sounds. Well, at least I know it works. So that's the first test. We'll have to see how this goes. I'm gonna go get me another locomotive. Let's see. Now I know this one has sound. I don't know how well you can hear it, but this locomotive is a model of one that runs not too far from my house, from where I used to live in Newman. I saw this locomotive almost every day. It is a GP15. It's a California Northern, and this one's actually pretty loud. Oops. I love the sound of an EMD. Might have to turn the momentum up on this one a little bit, but I love it. This original, the real engine used to be a Chicago Northwestern locomotive, and I love the reason the bell sounds the way it does. It has a gong bell on the nose, which I love, and then. Oh, that's epic. I like this. This is like one of my favorite locomotives. Oh, yeah. It's one of these ones I'm going to have to go in and work on the momentum a little bit. It's just not quite like the genset, which is by the NET is like a mile from my house. Modesto and Empire Traction. I have pictures of that locomotive too in their shop. Let's see what this bad boy will do. I love the sound of it transitioning. That's so cool. Yeah, when I have to get the CVs on this changed a little bit. There's something I haven't learned how to do yet, but that is one of my favorite locomotives. I'm going to have to go get something else now, because I have several locomotives that I've never actually had on the track. So we'll be right back. Now this is the same as the GP15, but this is a Union Pacific GP38. Which I think is an MKT locomotive. Another one, another EMD, naturally aspirated EMD locomotive that I really, really like. See these a lot around here. They do a lot of switching and yard work with them. Those in SP and Rio Grande GP60s. Oh, brake squeal. Love it. This is the first time this has ever been out of the box. I bought it. I don't even think I took pictures of it. Oop, I think I can kill the bell. Really like this. You know, I was contemplating for a while, because I usually model in N scale, and I was contemplating, because of the quality of sound in HO scale locomotives, I was contemplating switching, but oh man, the sound in HO scale is so awesome. Let me go try some. All right, this is another local railroad to me, the California Central Traction. It's down in Stockton. Still exists, by the way. This engine has been long gone, but this engine confuses me because the long hood is the front, and the short hood, which is normally the front on most railroads, is the rear. So I have to remember when I'm running this to make sure that I know. I mean, it has an F on the long hood as it's supposed to, but tell you what, man, between Atlas and Athearn, I am like, got some nice locomotives. I have a few other ones I have to try. I have a couple of locomotives that have a sketchy reputation. They're Broadway limited imports locomotives that I've heard some sketchy things about. I don't know how well they run. Like I said, I've heard that they don't work, or they work for a while and then they don't work anymore. We'll see how that turns out. I'll try one of those later. I have one more Atlas locomotive that I want to try out. What this has? It says it has loc sound, so I'm assuming these are supposed to have engine sounds, but I'm not getting any engine sounds. You know, I'm not being able to open them up the way I normally would, but let me unbox something and I'll be right back. This one is one of my favorite locomotives. It's an Alco RS1. I have one of these in N scale in the Pullman green, same number. And the Tidewater Southern was a subsidiary owned by the WP, and it ran not too far from my house, about maybe 2 or 3 miles. It crossed the street that I live off of. It used to go down 9th Street in Modesto. Said I have the model of the same locomotive in N scale. Again, this is the first time this has been out of the box. Oops. Oops. Here we go with going in the wrong direction because forward is the long hood again. Oops. Alright. This is the first time it's been out of the box. I had to adjust. Atlas put screws in the bottoms of the packaging that they use to have the locomotive in. It sounds like an Alco. All it needs is some smoke like a steam engine. Oh, brake squeal. I love it. That thing crawls. Love it. Blue when you let off the throttle and it, oh, well, that was all right. Here is going to be the first of the Broadway Limited. What's what are they called? Broadway Limited Paragon. Yeah, Broadway Limited Imports Paragon. And it's supposed to have great sound. Oh! That's interesting. Oh. That would be an issue. She's not on the rails. That would help. Here we go. This is my favorite, probably one of my very favorite locomotives. I saw so many of these as a kid. I saw so many of these when I was a kid. I love these things. I love the way they sound. I love the way they look. I grew up with these when I lived in San Jose. When I moved up to Santa Rosa, they were up in the Northwestern Pacific. Crews love these things. They called them Cadillacs because they ride really, really nice. This seems to be running pretty good. I got a little cab light that comes on. I didn't know about that. I love it. Well, it works. I don't know for how long it's going to work. I hear these are trouble. But I hear there's decoder problems with these. And if there's a decoder problem, I'm sure I can go over to wrong way. Get a new decoder for it. Go get a new Tsunami or something for it. It runs really nice. No brake squeal though. That's okay. Air compressor shutting off and on. See if we can get a bit of a it's a rock and roll earthquake. Here, we'll try and see if I can get a little. Nope, gets a little blurry. Out of focus. That's all right. The only disappointment with this that I have is Southern Pacific was known for its really wild light packages, and these had like a ton of lights on the ends that were like SP's trademark, and I really would like to get. I can get the parts and do it, but I want to light them all up and make them work like they're supposed to, because there was the standard headlight, there was a Mars light that oscillated back and forth, there was a red emergency stop light. These things were just awesome. I love this locomotive so much. One of my favorites. Alright, we'll be right back. And here we go. I do have steam locomotives. This is a Bachmann 10-wheeler. Beautiful locomotive. Let's see how. Oh, nice. It's only going to be Santa Fe for a little while. When I start building my switching layout, I'm thinking about painting it for a fictional layout. I know there's a real San Joaquin Valley layout or railroad, but well, that's pretty good. At least I know it works. Bought this a couple years ago. I got it off of Amazon. Bachmann does make some nice stuff when they want to. I mean, the detail on it is pretty nice. That's very nice. I'm hoping eventually I get to take some of these to... Excuse me. Excuse me. Take them to my friend Gary's house, and they can actually stretch their legs. And here's my other steam locomotive. Another Bachmann. This is a American 440 locomotive. Yeah, okay. I was having an issue with the, as you can see, there are these little tiny little plugs in here that are like ridiculously small. I don't think, there we go. And then you gotta put those plugs in and then couple the drawbar. There's a company that I have, a British steam locomotive, that has a really cool method that they do their connections with between the locomotive and the, there we go. Hopefully that will solve that problem, I hope. Nope. Yeah, this may be, I don't know how in the hell that is supposed to stay in there. There we go. Maybe that'll work. It actually snapped in for a change. I have a British steam locomotive, sorry you had to look at the back of my head, a British steam locomotive where the decoder goes in the smoke box. And you basically, they give you a tool, you pop it open, and there's like a little drawer that pulls out, and the decoder, the chip, the circuit board slides out of a tray. And then they have, between the locomotive and the tender, they've got a drawbar that looks like a circuit board, and you just plug them together. You don't even have to do all that messing around. Now, let's see if it works now. Oh, there we go. He sure is pretty. Oh. I could just see this pulling a string of 3 or 4 heavyweight passenger cars. Yeah, most of these locomotives, this is the first time I've ever run the things. This one I've had it out of the box. The other steam locomotive I've had it out of the box. But I never ran any of these. The only two of these that I've actually had on a layout were the Genset and the GP15. I had them over at my friend Gary's house. And I really need to get back up to Gary's. He lives up in Sacramento. It's not that far away. Go up there on a Sunday or something and bring all this stuff with me. And he's got a real nice layout. Not real big in his garage, but, you know, fun to play with. Well, at least I know everything works. Maybe over the course of the weekend, I'll get some of my either my N scale stuff out. I have to put decoders in some of my British stuff. They don't. A couple of them don't have decoders. A couple of them have decoders, but they're not sound equipped from the factory, I don't believe. And then I have a few, not a whole lot of my N scale stuff is DCC and sound. I know at least one. I'd have to dig it out and find out where it is. But that was a lot of fun. At least I know things work. I have to learn how to program the cab numbers in the handset here so that each one will be, you know, instead of being all done to number 3 like they come from the factory, I need to be able to set the time because the time doesn't work. But of course I'm going to unplug it here in a minute, so it doesn't matter. But anyway, I hope everybody enjoyed my unboxing of all my toys, my train stuff that I miss so very much. I mean, I love building model cars, as you can see in the background, but trains have always been my first love and always will be. I've always said if there's one hobby I had that I was allowed to keep and I had to give up all the rest, I'd keep trains because I've loved trains since I was a little kid. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope everybody has a great rest of your week. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.